Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast in Game 1 in a series between Lucifer and Hopestar. This is going to be an Undead versus Undead mirror match, so this should be very interesting as we see Lucifer has spawned as the gray Undead player. Meanwhile, we see Hopestar has spawned as the purple Undead player, so gonna be interesting into seeing what type of strategy that these players try and actually execute. The reason why I say it's interesting is that most of the time, Undead players, let me fix my mouse a little bit, Undead players are used to being able to use that Death Knight in order to do some nuking. In an Undead versus Undead mirror match, you obviously cannot nuke the other hero. And because of that, because you cannot use that death coil on other heroes, it makes it so that it's almost like the Death Knight can really only death coil his own units to keep them alive. We see an Altar of Darkness, Crypt, Ziggurat, and now a Tomb of Relics being placed down. Meanwhile, down over here, Graveyard. So Lucifer is going to be opening up with possibly Fiends. Meanwhile, it looks like Hopestar is going to be opening up with your standard Ghoul assortment. Lich is going to be the first hero. Alright, so already going to be a very interesting matchup as the Lich is the first hero this time around. Is it going to be the Death Knight? Or perhaps are we going to see a Tavern hero as Lucifer has delayed his Altar of Darkness? Perhaps he will just head over there. I believe the Altar of Darkness is standard timing for Crypt Fiends, so I'm not going to be altogether that delayed. Ziggurat now completed. What is the hero of choice? Hero of choice is going to be a Lich. Alright, I believe this might be one of the first Undead versus Undead mirror matches I have ever cast. And someone will have to let me know, is Lich versus Lich very common in an Undead versus Undead? And it doesn't seem too out of the ordinary, as the Lich does have one of the best nuking abilities in the game with that Frost Nova. Not a missile, you can't really dodge it with, say, a potion of invulnerability, as the missile is flying towards the target, and it also has an AoE effect as well. We're going to see that the Lich has made its way already out, going to be attacking and attempting to take down one turtle. Oh, one low hit point Ghoul already retreating. Down it goes, and we see a Mantle of Intelligence +3, the perfect item for Hopestar's Lich there, as we are going to see a second Sea Turtle Hatchling fall as well. We are still seeing at level 1, Rod of Necromancy is out. The Crypt Fiend now trying to chase away this Acolyte. Acolyte down to 42 hit points. As we're going to see the Lich now getting a nice Frost Nova, getting a nice AoE effect there, as the more ghouls are going to be coming in. One skeletal minion does go down, but so far a fairly effective creep pattern coming in. We are going into a Ring of Protection +2 that may get sold, as the ghouls are switching around trying to make sure that they do not get taken down. So far, Lucifer is just a bit behind overall in terms of creep speed. We are going to see a Mantle of Intelligence picked up by Lucifer as well, so that is going to be helpful, as both players have so far similar items. And now, where is Hopestar looking to go? I don't remember the last time I saw a Lich first in an Undead matchup, let alone double Lich first in an Undead matchup. So new strategies for me to test altogether. Lucifer now creeping out. He is about, I would say, 20 to 30 seconds behind, as we now see Hopestar doing a bit of creeping. Ogre Magi going to fall. There it goes. Rune of the Watcher may be dropped down. This one Ghoul down to 6 hit points, and oh, somehow able to stay alive, trying to get away. If it can actually just join in on the damage, it may be able to stay alive here, as we see some more ogres getting taken down. Lich sitting at level 2 may actually get to level 3 here. Tome of Agility +2, and yes, we are sitting at level 3. Pendant of Energy on that Lich, so we are going to see a lot of nuking. Meanwhile, you can see Lucifer pretty much doing the same exact creep pattern in a different portion of the map. We can see now skeletal humans making their way across the map here, as the Lich sitting at level 3 without Boots of Speed, surprisingly. Now going to perhaps return home, sell some items, and pick up some new ones. No, just picking up a Rod of Necromancy, has a Staff of Teleportation, and now teleporting all the way over to the other side of the base. Does not make it, as the Ghoul was able to actually take it down. So nicely played there, as the skeletal minions are now trying to make their way down here. I believe that the Lich is currently going to be behind, as we are seeing the Lich now make its way over to level 3 and a little bit faster creeping by Hopestar. But is Hopestar actually going to be able to come in and land the necessary nuke? So far we see a Ring of Regeneration. Who's going to win out? Ring of Regeneration versus a Pendant of Energy. Both are very nice items to have. But one hero or both heroes are still sitting at level 3. Only a difference of about 40 experience separating the two. Alright, Ghoul is now making their way over. The Lich is going to be launching nukes at each other's ghouls very quickly. But then again, Lucifer does have Crypt Fiend, so he does have higher hit point units, as we are now going to see Hopestar perhaps look to creep out another green creep camp, or even be gutsy and take on a red. Alright, it is going to be a red creep camp here. Perhaps get a surround on that Forest Troll Warlord. And after a surround there, go ahead and try to take it down. Ghouls are quickly making their way over. Gonna go ahead and finish this off. You can see how fast that damage is being dealt. Rune Bracer is a perfect item in a Lich versus Lich battle, as you want the ability to absorb a lot of that damage. Now the Rod of Necromancy does need to be dropped here, or needs to be utilized here. There you go. Gonna drop the Ring of Protection +2, get the Rune Bracers. Meanwhile, at the center portion of the map, you can see Lucifer perhaps looking to pick up a Tavern Hero. Halls of the Dead now just completed. What is the Tavern Hero going to be? It is a Dark Ranger. No big surprise there. Another undead hero, as the ghouls do have cannibalized and are now eating their way through and regenerating all of those hit points. Back in the base, you can see Black Citadel already being upgraded. We can see a Death Knight being added as the secondary hero, more as a heal than anything else, as the ghouls are now making their way in. A quick Frost Nova takes down one Acolyte. Meanwhile, back over here, Frost Nova and Dark Rangers by Lucifer. And Lucifer may be able to get off a lot of pressure here, as there are a bunch of Skeletal Warriors already inside the base. That Dark Ranger really doing its job and making it just making that army grow very quickly. We can see that a Sacrificial Pit is coming in. Lich is sitting at level 4, and who is going to be coming out on top? More Frost Novas coming as well. Ghouls getting absolutely nuked left and right. So much damage to be had. And where are these units going to be going? Death Knight is now out, so the Death Knight really going to be benefiting, as we see some, very, very well timed. There's a Dust of Appearance. Yes, does get a Crypt Fiend. Decides to unburrow the other Crypt Fiend there. Both sides were regenerating a good amount of hit points because they were fighting on Blight. But the Death Knight with Death Coil should come out ahead once more. Army supplies 16 over 40 for Hopestar. That is not good. 33 over 40 for Lucifer. All the ghouls were taken down, and now Acolytes are trying to just summon more gold. Only 2 out of the 5 Acolytes are alive. Needs to retrain, and with that Black Citadel perhaps looking to pick up an Orb of Corruption in order to get that additional armor debuff. Alright, what's going to be happening next? Dust of Appearance. Where is that Death Knight going? Death Knight not even close to level 2 just quite yet. Meanwhile, Gargantuan Sea Turtle, Dark Ranger already at level 2. Lich getting closer to level 4. So level 3, level 2 versus a level 4, level 1. And I gotta believe the 3-2 has a slight advantage over the 4-1, as we now see Silence quickly cast. So Silence quickly cast, and what is going to be happening here? There's another Dust of Appearance. Frost Nova could be coming in. No Frost Nova on a separate one there, as now the Death Knight has to be very careful. The Death Knight is the only thing that can really get attacked in this fight, as the Lich now trying to make its way over. Is the Lich going to perhaps get off another Frost Nova on that Crypt Fiend and get the necessary experience? Oh no! Down to 55 hit points, down to 36. It finally gets taken down. Orb of Corruption on that Lich, that additional bonus armor. But now, where is this Lich going to travel to? It got slowed with the Frost Nova, and now simply going to be retreating. Death Knight going to make its way over, get off a Death Coil here on this Lich. And what are the other heroes, or what are the other units going to be added? We can see Destroyer, or Obsidian Statue now being trained. No Destroyers as of yet. The Lich sitting pretty much near at maximum hit points, but this could be a bad timing here, as the Dark Ranger and the Lich coming in to battle it out. A Pure Up of Vitality, making that Lich much, much stronger. The Rune Bracers were actually sold, and that may be a problem, as the Death Knight would have definitely benefited, but the Lich now coming back over here. Oh, this could be huge. Could we perhaps get a surround down to 26 hit points? Is he going to be able to chase it is the question. And no, a Lich at 39 hit points with a Ring of Regeneration, and the Ring of Regeneration really did something there. as I'm sure Hopestar perhaps wished that he still had those Rune Bracers and that the Rune Bracers were on the Death Knight. The Death Knight would have definitely survived that attack there. We're going to see the Ring of Protection now being left behind. And what is this Lich going to do? Perhaps teleport back home in just a moment. Needs to regenerate some hit points. That's at least what I would be doing. Yes, there we go. Teleporting back home. And now we are going into Destroyer form. Death Knight is already out. Death Coil healing the Lich back up. It is now level 4, level 2 versus a level 4, level 1. So a definite advantage now for the 4-2 over the 4-1. As the Gargantuan Sea Turtle will fall as well. All right, Hopestar, any advantage that he thought he had? Oh, nicely done there. Dropping the Pendant of Energy in order to do a Dark Ritual on the Skeletal Minion, and then putting back that Pendant of Energy to regenerate even more mana. Nicely played, nicely done, as we now see that the Dark Ranger is walking around the map looking for possible additional heroes. The Lich may come back in with another Dark Ritual once more, and if it is able to, oh no, what is this? The Dark Ranger is caught away. This could be a very, very bad position for its Staff of Teleportation of Frost Nova, and the Dark Ranger is able to escape. Once more, we see another Dark Ritual being utilized on a Skeletal Minion, and that is perhaps one of the most effective ways of keeping high mana. If you're actually able to just constantly get Frost Nova off like that, then you really don't have to worry about the normally mana intensive Lich. The Lich now down to 211 mana though. Gargantuan Sea Turtle will fall. A potion of invulnerability as the Dark Ranger and Crypt Fiends making their way over. Lich still sitting at level 4, and they are going to be retreating. All right. Obsidian Statue perhaps going to be healing back up. Where is Hopestar going to go next? A new Obsidian Statue down over here, as well as the Dark Ranger now looking to come in and will be able to get off once again some more free shots here. They need to be very careful as the Crypt Fiends are going to finish off all of these Sea Turtle hatchlings. Next battle coming in along the north here. Dark Ranger, Frost Nova, Silence, and oh, Potion of Invulnerability used just in time. It should be able to get up to level 2 as the Death Knight, the Undead Tri-Hero, now finally out. Death Knight now sitting at level 2. The Potion of Invulnerability should be ending in just a moment as both sides are still fighting it out. Destroyers are out, and down goes another Crypt Fiend there. A Frost Nova, Death Knight now down. Level 3 on the Dark Ranger. Level 4 on the Lich. Is the Lich perhaps going to get up to level 5 is the question, as the Obsidian Statues, no, the heroes were actually able to come back in and deal a lot of damage. So far, both sides, Lucifer and Hopestar, both have some Obsidian Statues, but Lucifer with the clear advantage now, as that Lich at level 4 without any mana really hurting. And I really think that Rune Bracers, if it sat on that Death Knight, would have been the difference between victory and defeat, would have mitigated a lot of damage, as much of the damage from Frost Nova is magical. Pretty much all of it there, so 33% damage reduction on a spell. Definitely would have stayed alive a little bit longer. We can see the Obsidian Statue is healing back the mana on that Lich. You can see Mantle of Intelligence and Pendant of Energy have been dropped. That is a purposeful move, as it's trying to regenerate and try to get back up to maximum energy at 450. If it can get back up to 450 and then pick up the items, that would be very effective, as now we are going to be going into this Destroyer in the air here. Here comes the next engagement. Death Knight still waiting to come back out. Where is that Lich? That Lich is still hiding back here, sitting at about half mana right now, and we are seeing Hopestar keeping track of the rest of this Undead army. Level 2 Death Knight, level 3 Dark Ranger, level 4 Lich. I don't think I've ever said that sentence in my life. Level 4 Lich, level 3 Dark Ranger, level 2 Death Knight. Now said it twice. As the Death Knight looking to finish this up. The Lich may get to level 5 here, and here we go, trying to go after some of those units. And is it going to get taken down? No, not going to get taken down, as a Silence quickly comes in. Level 5 now on that Lich. The Lich at level 5 perhaps going to be able to get off a lot of Frost Novas. The Death Knight now down to 163 hit points, uses a potion of a healing and is able to survive. Both sides still fighting it up. And what is this? Lucifer may end up losing this Lich. That's going to be bad. Wow. Death Coil, Frost Nova, so much happening right there, as the Lich now sitting at 248. This Lich now in trouble. That Lich goes down. And wow, what a swing from one level 5 Lich almost falling to the other players. And now all Lucifer needs to do is focus down this last Death Knight, and that is going to be the GG. Lucifer taking game 1. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed game 1 in the series. Stay tuned for game 2.